What's up, people? This is Who That Edition, your favorite host, Trill Quack. And today we got Rising Star, a guy showing he not who he think he is. Another guy showing who he not think he is. A robbery. Let's get into it. Top Rank put on a great card this weekend, from bottom to top. And we started off with what most would say should have been the main event. Abdul, the Star Mason, versus Lewis LeBron. Abdul showed he is above his skills, pays the bills, and his skills are above most guys around his age. He showed, man, he's a rising star. He is who most people think and say, like myself, he is. And that he got the full package, man. He's the best upcoming prospect, not just on ESPN, on all platforms. His power, his skills, his defense ability, his corner, everything he checks off every box. He is, like I said, the best rising star at 135. There is not many guys at 20 with the full package like him, and that's including the power. A lot of guys around that age, their power don't be that great because, you know, most people say they're still coming to their body, things like that. And you see him starting to knock out these guys that's supposed to be harder tests. Lewis had as many knockouts as Abdul had fights, and you couldn't tell. You would have thought, you know what I'm saying, Abdul was about 25-0 and, you know what I'm saying, with a great record like that. But meanwhile, he's only 14-0, 12 knockouts. He has the full package, and he really showed this fight, just off the eye test, that he may be top 3 at 35. Of course, you got Tank at 1, and whoever you put behind him, Abdul has to be up in that top 3 off the eye test. His resume isn't the best yet because, like I say, he's only 14-0. He's still on the rise at 20 years old, and he's very active. Last year he fought 4 times. This year he already fought 3 times, and he already has a fight lined up in August. He got this guy out who was supposed to be a step up in 3 rounds, and he puts on a performance. Like, whenever Abdul is fighting, you want to be there. It's an experience. He's really becoming a star. He's becoming an all-time star in the 35 division. Not only the 35 division, but just in boxing in general, because boxing has grown a lot, and we want to see the knockouts. We want to see the big shots, guys wobbling, and you finish them. His ability to finish when his guy is hurt is second to none. Once he smells that blood, that sand, smells blood, he gets him out of there like a shark. He gets him out of there like a shark, man. Abdul Mason, if you're not aware, please check him out. He will have he'll be fighting again in August, I believe. Already, just fought. It's July. That just shows how easy his last fight was. He fought in July. It's July 8th. He's fighting again August 17th, I believe. He's 20 years old, 14-0, 12 knockouts. Abdul Mason, rising star, the top 3 prospect, eye test at the 35 division. You heard it here first on Who That Pop. Next, we had another rising star at the 35 division, Keyshawn Davis versus Madonna. Madonna was a guy that was perfectly fitted for Keyshawn Davis type of fighting. Keyshawn is a counter puncher, slips, and Madonna was a guy who came forward the entire fight and threw haymakers and power punches, but too slow for Keyshawn, and Keyshawn slipped and counted him the entire night. He counted him, and it was an easy 10-0 round, 10-0 decision for Keyshawn. The competition, I believe, for Keyshawn has been decent. This was a step down. His last fight against Pajajas was a big step up, and this one I think was a step down for Pajajas a whole lot. So, but on this card, it was, I think, meant, and Keyshawn is still faithful to Bob Arum. So, you know, he's gonna, if you're faithful to him, he's gonna treat you right. And we'll get into a little bit later what he'll do if you're not. But Keyshawn showed his slipping ability and his counter punching ability, which was great. He didn't show his power. Keyshawn Davis' power is now on my suspect radar. If you win 10-0, that means you obviously is much better than that guy. If a guy can't win a round on you, that means you're much better, and you should get that guy out. There's no reason you beat a guy every single round and you don't get him out of there. You should be dominating rounds as so much that you get the guy that the guy corner throws in the towel. If that corner keeps sending their guy out there, that means the punches ain't adding up. He's not feeling them, or that guy believes he can, land a lucky punch sooner or later. But his conditioning also was a little. He was getting tired around about 8-9. His punch output started to go down. So against top guys with not having that power, you're gonna need the conditioning. You're gonna need to be able to throw 20, 15 efficient, effective punches around against, elite level fighters like he calls out, the Tanks, the Lomas, Teofimos. Getting tired with no power is a recipe for disaster. So Keyshawn, you watching, figure out how to connect them power shots and how to set up good power shots. And I believe you need to go to the body a little bit more. You was head hunting a lot, and the body shots was not there. Body shots was there, but you wasn't taking them. You was head hunting. That's normal for a younger prospect to head hunt, but to show really that full package and to get those big fights, you're gonna need some knockouts, because you got another guy at your same division who's really knocking and about to kick down that door, and that's Abdul Mason. I'm taking Abdul Mason over Keyshawn Davis every day of the week, even on Sundays when he's supposed to rest. Abdul Mason shows the full package, and he gets his guys out of there every single fight. And it's spectacular performances. He's not, clout chasing, calling names. He put whoever in front of me, I'm gonna get him out of there. And Abdul does it. Abdul does everything better than Keyshawn. Defense is better. Keyshawn gets hits a lot. His power, of course, is better. His counter punch, I believe, is better, because when you counter and then you hit and knock him out, that just shows great counter punching ability. Only thing I would say Keyshawn may have better is corner with Bomac. I believe he's one of the best trainers in the game. But Abdul corner is great too. I believe his dad is his trainer, and he hasn't, stirred him wrong. You could tell Abdul been fighting forever and is becoming a star. Like I said, man, Abdul, shorty is a beast. He, for sure, to me right now, is better than Keyshawn Davis. So if one of those guys was to get one of those big names, Abdul should be the guy to get those names. Next, we got the co-main event, O'Shaquie Foster versus Consenio, and we had a breaking down Robbery. Is it Robbery in place? In Newark, New Jersey. It's a Robbery. We need back up. I believe Bob Arum did it. He did it, Robbery, on Shakur Foster. We had a robbery. Every unofficial scorecards, even mine, had O'Shaquie winning 119-109, which is 11 rounds to 1. O'Shaquie slipped, moved, and landed the entire night, while Consenio threw, and didn't land nothing. Copy pound stats had Consenio landed 11% of his punches and was outlanded 109-78. And he got the victory. This was very, very ugly. This was very disgusting, bad to watch, bad to swallow, all of that. I just knew by round 11, I kind of started to, play on my phone a little bit. I knew the fight was over. He couldn't hear O'Shaquie, and O'Shaquie did what he had to do to win that fight and to hopefully get a unification with Lamont Roach. But turns out not. O'Shaquie, what I was saying watching the fight, I do agree he didn't throw enough. He didn't throw enough punches. He was Cosonio put out more punches. He put out 263 more punches than Oshaki. That's bad. 263 is a lot of more punches. Although a lot of those hit the shoulder roll because he did the shoulder roll defense. But some judges like aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He was constantly moving forward. He was constantly kind of chasing Oshaki. Although Oshaki wasn't running, he was moving. It's a difference. But, you know what I'm saying? It's always about what type of judges you got. Some judges love aggression. Some judges love boxing. Some judges love, you know what I'm saying, the guy that throws the power shots, the guy that's landing more clean shots, things like that. And we had some judges that I guess love aggression, and that's what they chose. The judges are always important in fights. Because that's not, you know what I'm saying, of course, ended by knockouts. The judges always are important. But I still believe it was a robbery, even if you're a judge that like aggressive fighters or fighting. Oshaki still won that fight. His game plan was to move and counter, and that's what he did. Cosonio's game plan was to press forward. He did press forward, but he wasn't landing. 11% of your punches that's like one. That's 1 out of 11. Every time he threw 11 punches, he only landed one of them. That's terrible. So I don't know. A lot of people were saying, man, that was Oshaki's last fight with Top Rank, and he talked about not signing back with Top Rank. So Bob Arum made that call and did that to him, and that's what we had. We had a high-class robbery in Newark, New Jersey. But this shows, man, if the people, Bob Arum or whoever, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, whoever, you just in a company, their promotions, they gonna make that call, and that's what that's what's gonna happen. Every single body said Oshaki won, but at the end of the day, is what the judges say. At the end of the day, the judges are picked and, you know what I'm saying, paid by who? Top Rank, which is Bob Arum. So that call may have been made by Bob. So where does Oshaki go after this? The rematch hopefully can be made, but is Bob going to give him that rematch? Because Cosonio is still with Top Rank, so we will see if Bob gives him that rematch. If not, he still, I think, can fight Lamont, but Lamont kind of chasing the belts, so that fight may not happen. So feel bad for Oshaki, man, but I think he has to have more offensive output. You have to. You have to. Even if you're slipping and moving, you're not getting hit, you have to throw more punches. You have to still be on the aggressive side and not just all defense. Just defense is not, you know what I'm saying, as we see, not going to win championship fights. That was, you know what I'm saying, that fight was for the belt. And he lost his belt because he didn't throw enough punches. That's ultimately what it was. He didn't throw enough punches. Cosonio threw punches, and you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's a boxing match, which is it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight. At the end of the day, it's a fight, and you're throwing punches in a fight. So that's what it was, man. Oshaki, keep your head up for sure. You didn't lose this fight. It was taken from you, but you learn to throw punches more. Even when you have your game plan is to move, you gotta throw more. You have to. At the end of the day, like I said, it's still a fight. You have to throw more. Next, we had the main event. Shakur Twitter son Stevenson versus Arum. Shakur need a knockout. Shakur need a knockout. Shakur need a knockout. I'm going to get a knockout. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to stop him. Those was the words the entire night and building up to the fight. And Shakur failed to do that. He didn't get the knockout. He didn't wobble the guy. He didn't stop the guy. He didn't hurt the guy to me. Every time he would shoot to the body, Arum would pretend it was a low blow, or if it was a low blow, I'm not sure if they really were, but Arum would do that. He didn't really, around 6, he kind of hurt him a little bit. That was probably his best chance to get him out of there, but he didn't. So he was able to recover and last, and started to actually pick it up later in the fight. Shakur pressed forward, yes, but he did not look good. This was not a good fight. Shakur didn't put no combinations together. He only threw 44 jabs, which is terrible, in the 12-round fight. He didn't cut off the ring. Arum, I guess, saying that he wasn't going to win the fight, so he kind of got in survival mode, which is normal, and Shakur couldn't keep him in front of him, and he couldn't cut off the ring. He showed no power. He showed that he thought he had power. He thought he had this guy by saying he was going to stop him after round 4, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, and his corner, him and his grandfather was going back and forth. His grandfather was telling him to pick it up on the offensive side. You throwing 1-2 shots at a time, trying to really just get a, you know what I'm saying, clean knockout when you know you don't have that type of power, especially at 35. You haven't, you know what I'm saying, really shown that power at 35. You had decent power, yes, at 30, but since you've been at 35, you haven't shown no power for Shakur. You haven't. So you needed to get this knockout badly. You know what I'm saying, you leaving top rank, which you have stated probably many times so far, and this was your chance to really put yourself in position for those top fights. Tanks, Lomas, T.O.'s, or Devins. But out of all those guys, you're the least guy that we want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Tank maybe 1, Lomas still maybe 2. Even with Devin, with his bad loss, we want to see a Devin fight more than we want to see a Shakur fight right now. How bad do we really want to see a Shakur fight after this? Not much, because although, yes, you could say the defensive skills, but it's not. It's the skill. Like, you don't really even be showing the skill gap that you may have. Like, you are a very skillful fighter, Shakur, but you don't show it. And we only could judge from what we see. And that's not what we see. We don't see a great, skillful fighter, like a money make, you know what I'm saying, type fighter. We don't see that. We see a guy who has been fighting guys that's not on this level, and he's been getting them out of it. The best fight was against your sparring partner for years, which was Jamal Hearn, who was your sparring partner, so you knew every trick he had and everything he did. And that was your best fight. But since then, you haven't had an offensive dominant fight, you know what I'm saying, since. Valdez, if you fought, I can't think of right now if you fought him before or after Jamal Hearn, but those 2 fights was your best offensive fights recently. And that was at 30, you're at 35 now. What have you done at 35 to get a Tank fight, to get a Loma fight? Why should we give you, what, 7-8 mil to fight Tank or Loma when you have Loma that, you know what I'm saying, them 2 could fight each other? Or Zampata, who knocked this guy out this weekend, could fight one of those guys. So Shakur's stock, man, is dropped. And there's 2 fights in a row with his stock that's dropped. And they were 2 against 2 guys who were not on the top guys level. And he felt the first round was terrible against Elwin Los Santos. And this one was not terrible, but it was bad because it got boring. It got the same thing we seen got in Arum, who Frank Martin stopped, who you couldn't get out of there. Frank Martin stopped, and which he tried to stop him in only about 4 rounds. I'm saying he was kind of losing the entire fight, and he picked it up later that round. But Shakur, man. I think he may sign with Floyd. He was on the phone with Floyd. He posted that him signing with Floyd would be very interesting because we know Tank and Floyd are beefing right now, so he may try to put that fight together thinking Shakur gonna get Tank, but he's not. But I hope he does sign with Floyd, so we can get that fight. That's a fight that we just want to see, so we could, you know what I'm saying, so the Tank fans like me can stop hearing Shakur, and even the casuals who think, you know what I'm saying, Shakur is nice, the big names, what boxing fans want to see. So hope he does actually sign with Floyd, so we can get that fight. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'm your host, Trill Quack. I keep it 2 things: true, real. We watch fights, not highlights. Peace.